What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today we're going to talk about this highly anticipated 2021 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat.
Taking a look at this Durango Hellcat from the front, you can see that this is a redesign for all of the Durangos for 2021, which looks absolutely beautiful. Also, if you take a look at the bottom of the front bumper, you can see kind of like a lip spoiler. It looks really nice. And of course, a Durango Hellcat will not be a Durango Hellcat without the SRT Hellcat badging, which you can see all around the vehicle. And over at the front headlights, these are LED lights, and these are the refreshed versions from the previous Durangos. Typically on any other Durango you would have fog lights, but on this one it's open because of airflow. And you can see this Durango has a ton of room for airflow, the vents up top on the hood and in the grille, fog light area everywhere. And from the side, this looks absolutely stunning because it does have the black top package, which gives you the black wheels, the black side mirrors, the black surrounding around the windows, which usually is chrome, but this is blacked out and it just looks nice, especially being in this ceramic gray color, which looks absolutely stunning. Also on both sides you get this massive Hellcat logo, which is bigger than normal Hellcats. And as for the wheels, these are 20-inch black wheels. Obviously it's more of like a matte finish. As you can see, it's not the shiny material, but again, very nice. And you also get these massive SRT Brembo brakes in red, which just complement and break out the vehicle nicely. Coming to the rear of the Durango, you can see up top you've kind of got a spoiler with the built-in brake light, which looks nice. And of course you can't forget about the massive tail light at the back with Dodge in the middle, which is fully blacked out as well. And coming to the bottom, you've got the Durango and SRT Hellcat in black, and then bottom of course you've got the dual exhaust. Looks beautiful. And in between the dual exhaust at the rear, you do get a cover that covers your hitch at the back with that plastic piece. Opening up the rear, you can see you got a ton of room to put whatever you need to on a daily basis. And in the rear you get that nice little adapter, and then you've got a tonneau cover for any of your privacy, whatever you want to keep back there. Right underneath the box here, you've got a little bit of storage that you can put small things, and you can see there's a ton of room. And of course this has the extra 2 seats at the back. You can get this in a 5-passenger or a 6-passenger like this one. And I just can't get over how nice everything looks on the exterior of this Durango Hellcat. As for the key, it's a traditional Dodge key: lock, unlock, tailgate release, remote start, panic button, and then of course the SRT Hellcat logo on the rear. Opening your tailgate, you double tap and you just let that baby open, and you know, it just makes life so much easier by having a remote, tailgate opening right on the key fob. And of course, if you want to hear this puppy roar, you double tap on the remote start and it comes to life. It sounds absolutely gorgeous. Like I was mentioning, the hood scoops and the hood vents that you saw in the beginning that I showed you, they are all functional, of course, to show and give maximum airflow. Of course, being a Hellcat, you've got the 6.2 liter SRT Hemi V8 supercharged engine, which is a beast. With this, you're getting 710 horsepower and 640 foot-pound of torque. All of that power, all of that torque coming out of a 5-6 passenger seat SUV, insane. And coming into the rear of the Hellcat, you can see on the door panel you've got this nice kind of like a camo type material that goes all along, and of course you've got your Harman Kardon sound system, which is beautiful. As for the rear seats, these are Alcantara, very nice and plush. Really cool with the red seat belts, just looks absolutely beautiful. And of course on all of the seats you've got SRT written with the Hellcat logoing, and these seats are just so comfortable. You also get that center, handrest cup holder section as well. And if you want to go to the rear 2 seats, you lift this up, which folds the seats forward, and then you just pull this red strap right here and you have access to get to the rear 2 seats. Again, you can have 2 extra people back there, which, as a family hauler is really nice to have. Of course, at the back also you do get the dual climate control, which you can control your own section at the back. And of course you've got more vents for heating and cooling up in the ceiling. Absolutely nice to have in the rear, of course. Like I was saying, in the center handrest at the back, you got 2 cup holders, and then you lift this open, you've got a little bit of room. You can put something small in there, which is, nice to have for the rear passengers. Open up the second one and you've got a decent amount of storage with a 12-volt adapter and a USB port as well. As for what's in front of you, in the rear, you've got two USB ports, a plug in the back, and then of course your heated seats for the rear passengers, which is absolutely a must. Coming to the front driver's side, you've got more of that camo type material, little panel right there. You also got a decent amount of storage as well. And then you've got more of your Harman Kardon sound system. You get two speakers in the front, and then of course your window controls and then your side mirror controls right there. And you can't forget about having memory seats in this because it's an absolute must. Over at the bottom, nothing too fancy, just your foot pedals, your parking brake, and then your hood latch release up top. And just taking a look at the interior in the front, it just looks really nice with the nice accents, the red seat belts, and nice seats. Of course, in the front, again, you get the SRT Hellcat logoing on both sides that is stitched into the seats, and just look at how comfy these seats look. They remind me of having a lazy boy, furniture. Of course, both front driver and passenger seats are power adjustable. Very convenient. In front of you, you've got your lighting controls, your, inside dimmers, and all of that good stuff right there. And looking at the steering wheel, it just looks really nice. It's all, blacked out with the white stitching. I think the white stitching complements it perfectly. Over to the left of you on the steering wheel, you've got your controls for the center gauge cluster in the front, your Bluetooth controls, you've got your SRT logo in the center, you've got your cruise control settings, and then your adaptive cruise control settings right there. Very convenient to have. And of course, the Durango Hellcat wouldn't be a Hellcat without having your very own paddle shifters to shift through those gears. Turning the steering wheel, you've got access to your windshield wipers, front high beams, turn signals, and all of that. Of course, you've got push button start and that nice Alcantara with white stitching and your trailer brake controller. As for the center gauge cluster, it looks absolutely beautiful with the red accents and all of that. Just, it looks very aggressive. As for the center gauge cluster, you can go through your SRT pages, your driver assist pages, your fuel economy. I don't know if you would be worried about that in this. You've got your trip information here, and then because it has the trailer tow group and everything, you've got your trailer tow setup and stuff there. And then of course you've got your audio settings, you've got your messages on the next tab, and then you also have, because obviously it's a performance SUV, you've got your screen setup, and then your diagnostics, which comes up next. And of course, you've got your speed warning, which I don't think you would want to have on in this, but up to you. And then of course, you've got your, speed and right in front of you, and then your vehicle information. And then you come back to your SRT pages. Something I really like is that around all of the vents, you get that gloss black, and on the actual dashboard, you've got leather all around with the white stitching. You've got your Harman Kardon speaker in the center there as well. It just looks really nice. And this Alcantara type material goes all the way around with the white stitching, and this just makes the Durango feel very luxurious. Speaking of luxurious, you get more of this camo type trim, which I'm a very big fan of, and you can see this throughout the whole vehicle. On the center handrest, you've got leather, white stitching. Opening it up, you've got your DVD player right there. You've got another 12-volt adapter in there and a little bit of space, to put small things, CDs and whatnot. Right in front of it, you got a little place for your key, your two cup holders, which are illuminated at night, look absolutely beautiful. You've got your leather wrapped shifter right there, and right in front of that, you've got more storage for small things and a wireless charging pad, which is a must. Above it, you've got USB ports, Type-C and the normal ones, and of course your aux cable as well. And right above that, you've got a bunch of buttons like your lane departure warning, your parking sensors, you've got your traction control, you've got your launch mode. You can launch this puppy with, a soccer team, and your SRT pages. Above that, you've got your ventilation stuff, heating and cooling. This does have both heated and vented seats, both sides, and of course your heated steering wheel, which is a must in the Canadian winters that we have here. This is probably my favorite upgrade that they've done to the Durangos, is this beautiful 10.1 inch touchscreen with gloss black. Let's jump right into it. On the screen, you're gonna press vehicle. It's gonna bring you to your SRT pages. You're gonna have three options: performance pages, drive modes, and race options. If we go ahead on the performance pages, it's gonna bring you to this page here, which shows you, a ton of information for the vehicle, like your timers, your gauges, which will be your coolant and oil temperature and all of that good stuff. And, you can go onto your dyno pages, which will show your power, your torque, and RPM. You can also look at your G-forces, and it's just crazy to see this in a family SUV. And then of course you've got your vehicle dynamics as well. Heading back to the SRT pages and going into the drive modes, you're going to be, shown a ton of different options that you can put this vehicle in. For example, you can put it in track mode, which turns everything into the track, suspension, steering and all of that. And you can put it into sport mode as well, and it'll adjust the settings accordingly. And you can have it in auto, let the vehicle, do its thing. You've also got obviously snow mode, which is, great for these winters in Canada that we have. And of course, if you're towing something, you can put it into your tow mode, which again, it adjusts everything accordingly and makes sure that your vehicle is equipped right. And then of course, you've got custom. You can change everything that you want into your own preference. Back to the SRT pages and going into race options. This is a crazy option because obviously you can launch this bad boy. It's crazy to see that you can launch a 5 passenger SUV. And of course, you've got your shift lights. You can kind of control throughout the gears when you want these to shift, and you can set the RPM to whatever you need. Something cool on the climate control pages is if you see those little people, they have helmets. I find it really, really amusing to, to put little Easter eggs like that. Up top, you've got your rear view mirror with the SOS and assist buttons. Over above that, you've got your sunroof controls, interior lighting controls, your garage, configuration, and then your tailgate opening button right there in the center as well. And of course, the only way to enjoy a 710 horsepower vehicle is obviously having a sunroof. Well, duh. Over on the passenger side, you've got this little bit of netting, which is also on the driver's side for storage. You've got another 12-volt adapter right there. And then if you open this glove compartment, you've got a little bit of room in here. And then, that's pretty much it for that. Here is the exact window sticker for the 2021 Durango SRT Hellcat. You can see the features of the vehicle, standard features, the optional equipment that this vehicle has. It has a ton of features, obviously, as you can see.
I hope you enjoyed today's video on this beautiful 2021 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a beast or if it's a flop.